Now, in the story that we've just said, when we've seen Jesus praying, he is asking his Father to take away the cup of suffering. So we're going to do a wee activity to think about the suffering that Jesus went through and to think what that suffering means for us and for our world. So I want you to think about our world, and I want you to think about some of the things that are wrong in our world. And you can either write the words, or you can draw some pictures, and that's what I'm going to do. So one of the things that's wrong in our world is death. So I'm going to put a sad face in the corner. And I'll turn this round so that you can see. And I'll put a couple of wee tears, because we're very sad when somebody that we know and love dies. And of course, one of the other things that's wrong in our world is war. So I'm going to put a picture of two swords fighting each other. Because that's people who decide that they're going to fight each other. And then one of the other things that really upsets me about our world is when people get sick. And one of the organisations that help people when they're sick, particularly abroad, is the Red Cross. So I'm going to put a red cross. It's also what you see in a first aid box. So that's going to remind us of sickness and how that is wrong in our world. And then the last thing that really upsets me is when people are very greedy and they want to keep everything for themselves and they don't want to share resources with those around us. So I'm going to put just some little coins to show that represents greed. Okay, so I wonder what words you've chosen to put on, or what pictures you've drawn. So we've got our two swords for war, we've got our sad face for death, we've got our red cross to show sickness, and we've got our money to think about greed. So what we're going to do is we're going to fold the paper. Once we've finished drawing them, we're going to fold it about a third of the way down, and we're going to put a wee line in it. And then if you've ever made a paper aeroplane, the next bit is what you do in a paper aeroplane. We're going to take a corner and fold it down to the middle, and then the other corner and fold it down to the middle as well. And so we end up with a little house shape almost, as you can see. And we're going to turn that over, and then I want us to fold again a bit like a sort of short fat paper aeroplane. We're going to fold that in half. And then what we're going to do is we're going to tear the paper right up here, okay, just along this line here. And you have to tear right through the folds, so you might need one of the bigger people in your house to help you do that. We just tear a straight line up through the folds, keep tearing. Okay, so you end up with a strip, and we're going to very carefully unfold our strip and see what we have. What have we made? It's a cross. And so it reminds us that when Jesus went to the cross, look what's missing on my bit of paper. The greed in the world, and the fighting and the war in the world, and the sickness and the death. Jesus took all of those away from us by his death on the cross. So we're going to take a few minutes now and we're going to decorate our crosses as a reminder, although that was a horrible thing, a horrible death that Jesus died, that there was an amazing outcome for us.